Oh my gosh. So just for context, hi everybody, we're Paul and Michelle. We got started in Founder OS Plus on September 30th of 2024. When we got started, we were all over the place. We had low ticket products of showing people how to live in Europe through digital nomad visas. And at first we were doing it through like digital products, and we had a few one-on-ones, but we came into this program because we lacked clarity as to what our product and our offer was going to be. We had a pretty good social media following, and we've made sales. We were making like 10K a month in our personal brand, and we had other streams of income, but we really wanted to grow this process and our Ikigai, which is helping people move abroad and live an abroad lifestyle. And so when we got started, Barrett is our coach, and he just saw something in our brand and in our offer that we did not see. And he basically helped us see it, what he was seeing. And it took a couple of weeks for us to see it. And when it clicked, it clicked. And we were able to go to the mastermind, and we were able to put everything together. And in just a couple months, I'll have Paul share what we've been able to do. But I just want to share my gratitude to you, Matt, for everything you've done to create this community, because our journey has been very lonely. Our journey has been very stressful and hard. And our life has completely changed just the past couple months because of what you've created, not just the systems, but the network that you have here as well. Mm-hmm. So I'll share with you what we've done so far this month. And again, it's all thanks to your program and everything you've created.
Oh, it's awesome. You guys have been doing great work, and it's exciting to follow the journey.
Thank you, Matt. Yeah, so we just crossed over 100K in revenue for January. We've never done anything like that in any company we've run that high. Almost 70,000 in cash collected. A lot of people do, they'll pay the balance in 30 or 60 days. We launched our school community. We now have 4 setters and 6 closers. We've been blowing up on Instagram. Recently, we have multiple videos hitting over 1 million views. Nice. We're over 3,000 email subs. Been consistently posting on LinkedIn. We got over 5,000 impressions last 30 days, almost 400 followers. Just started there.
Nice.
And we just met our first client who moved to Spain, where we just come to meet her and welcome her. We got her like a private driver, welcomed her with flowers.
Damn, that's customer service right there.
Yeah.
And then we had a webinar last week, our first one, like with our business, this structure. And we had 550 register, 250 come live, and 164 applications just from that webinar.
Jeez, that's a really crazy conversion rate. It's like 65%. Nice. That's insane. Wow.
Yeah. So
congrats. Well, that's a testament. Just it sounds like, yeah, you got the offer ripping. It's cool to see the positioning of it. And then I know just from being behind the scenes a bit, like, yeah, just the consistency on your side. Like you're just putting in the reps, putting in the iterations. Even if a few of the things don't go the way you thought, like, doesn't really matter. You're just moving at a good velocity with all of it, and just got that momentum picking up that it seems like it's really snowballing. Fast forward like 4 months from October, and it's awesome to see the traction. So looks like it's going to be a big 2025, and cool to see January. Like it's pretty much like, exactly where you want to be. So that's great.
Yeah, we're really excited. I guess our only question right now is, if you, based on what we just shared with you, and knowing what you know now, what would you recommend that we do to continue the momentum forward and to really hit our goal of 5 million by the end of this year?
So I'll give you my 2 cents in a sec, but why 5 million this year?
Well, that was our goal that we shared with Barrett during our onboarding. Yeah. And so far we've been on track with hitting all of our 90-day goals.
Yep.
So just to continue the momentum of hitting our goals.
Yeah. And what did you make last year in annual revenue?
I think like with all of our businesses, because we just got rid of
just this business.
Oh, this just one, it was like 120K.
Okay.
Yeah, so we launched the high ticket product till Thanksgiving almost.
Yeah.
Sure. So let's say, like, here's my quick 2 cents, okay? 120K you made in, say, Q4, basically, right? If you were to annualize that, let's say you made that, like, all year, right? 120K times 4 is 480, right? 480, right? Scaling to 5 mil would be 10xing the business, okay? The first thing I was going to say, even before you told me the $5 million goal, but I'll just now put it in that context too, is that, and I talked to you guys a bit about this mastermind, so I'll just kind of like reiterate it because it's really just like the same vibe, maybe said in a slightly different way. It's like the business will break Okay, rewind. Sometimes, Charlie Munger, I learned this from him, right? It's, Warren Buffett's business partner of like 40 years, whatever. He just recently passed away at 98. He has this concept called inversion, right? Which just means like flipping, like in this case, the question on its head. So it's not, oh, how are we as successful as we can be this year and hit 5 million? It's how could we fail, right? And how your business could fail. The glaring thing that stands out is you actually go and grow that fast and your delivery is shit. And the whole thing collapses in on itself. And so it sounds to me like you've got a great offer. You seem really happy overall. You seem really proud of yourselves, and you should be. It seems like you're rocking and rolling. Your customers are happy. You're really leaning into the customer experiences, I can see, with these like chauffeurs and flowers. And I think just like, how can you just make it more formidable, right? And really give yourself, like, be a little bit patient, right? Like, let it kind of just like keep getting 5% better every week, making the system stronger, making the emails solid, making the Instagram strategy dope, scaling up LinkedIn like you are, keep refining those workshops. And most importantly, really make it the killer delivery, right? So that customers are getting, you're getting amazing testimonials from folks. They're referring their friends. Like, everyone is so happy. And you know that each stage it grows, like from say 50 customers a month to 75 to 100 to 125. Like, we maintain that quality level. And because what you'll see is as it keeps scaling, like, things might break. And if you're both trying to grow really aggressively, and a 10x growth rate is aggressive, okay, you may find that you're growing, but you're not being patient enough to actually allow the delivery to keep up. Because you may need to hire customer success people. You may need to hire different partners. You may need to open up different countries. Who knows what? So if that's not the case and it's just totally off and it's actually a really just scalable offering, then the next thing I would just get to is like, yeah, maybe your delivery is going to be fine. So don't worry about that part. And maybe you just need to worry about hiring good. But same sort of deal, right? Like, you rush hiring. And like, you will make mistakes, and like, you'll just have to pay for it by going 3 steps forward, 5 steps back. Right. Whereas like, a couple other ways to look at this is like, it's like, where are you trying to get to in 3 years, 5 years? Right. And maybe it's like, as an example, you want to pull $10 million out of the business so you can be financially independent. And if you wanted to, never have to work a day in your life, let's say. Right. Well, to get there, again, you just have to not fuck this up. Right. And so it's more thinking a little bit more like long term and realizing like, oh, you're actually sitting on something it's doing well and it's going great and it's compounding nicely. So the sooner you can actually just protect the house, right? Making sure the delivery is good, making sure customers are happy, make sure you have the right teammates on board, systems in place, asking yourself, how could this fail, and protecting those downsides. Then all you're left with now, after you protect all that, is upside, right? And then if you just let it compound without the bad things happening, you're going to hit the goals you have, right? Yeah. So, and just to give you more transparent, I learned this from reading some stuff on Bill Gates. Like, this was like 2 decades ago. Like, when he was building Microsoft, he always just focused on doubling the business every year. How could I double the business, right? So I've oftentimes thought with my businesses, how do I double the business? And I've always found that to be a very sustainable growth rate, right? It stretches us, but it's not like, oh my God, right? And I've been able to always keep up with, like, again, the level of like building a formidable company that I need to build. And even at that, honestly, sometimes too, it's like kind of hard. Like, things still break or something screws up and like, I got to fix it, but it's not like I'm drowning. Right. But yeah, at a 10x growth rate, especially early on in a business where you're like you were just saying, you've never even built a business to 100K before. This is like, wow, this is amazing. It's like, yeah, well, that's good. I can definitely tell you though, that like, yeah, at a $5 million run rate, when you're making roughly 400K a month, yeah, it's 4x more revenue. It's also 4x more problems. Right. And you may find like, wow, you're really drowning in some stuff you didn't anticipate. And you wish that maybe you just had kind of, just slow down ever so slightly. So I think the exercise to consider is just simply like brainstorm together on how could this business fail? And then I would rank those things from what feels like the most glaring to like maybe a non-issue. And I would start covering those bases now, because it sounds like this business is heading in a nice trajectory. And I would just want to guarantee that for the next 5 years, it just keeps going that direction. And if it hit 2 million this year, I'd be stoked as hell. 3 million stoked as hell. 1.5 really stoked, because all those are still, again, if last year it was on a run, annualized rate of 480K, 1.5 mil would still be 3xing the business, 2 mil, 4x, 3 mil, whatever, 6x, whatever. You get the story. It's still amazing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, we can see that. So I think also like where we are now, being so connected to the clients and being so connected to the customer success, we really want to make sure that we're still doing that even when it really grows. So this is be a great helpful exercise.
Yeah, we are a little bit ahead of ourselves, I guess. We barely have any testimonials yet. So it's like, that's actually the next step.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. In a sense, it's kind of like building a business is like water, is like growing a plant, right? Like you just got to water it a bit each day. It grows a little bit. Like if you had a plant in your house and you watered it one day, you woke up and it was like a fucking maple tree in your living room, you'd be like, oh my God, like what the heck? Like now you have to like repair your ceiling and figure this, like there's just so much crap that comes from it, right? Versus like just allowing it to gradually grow and like you can kind of keep up with it, right? So if this business explodes overnight, like you're still gonna have to get testimonials at some point, right? Like you're still gonna have to like make the customer success more robust. You're still going to have to make sure your partners have capacity. Like these things have to happen no matter what. So you might as well be able to get those things in place now. So when you do grow, the thing doesn't implode in on itself. Right. So yeah, that's how I see it. I think, looking at all the weakness areas of the business right now and kind of fixing some of those, so that as it continues to scale, you're able to build a calm company, not something that like is draining you. That would be what I would do.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much, Matt. This was so helpful.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, congrats on everything. It's good. These are good problems to have, you maybe just being a bit patient with the growth and timing it nice. I can tell you as an example, like just in my own experience, last thing here, and I got time for a bunch more questions, guys, like I don't even want Founder OS as an example or any of my businesses to like grow. Like I wouldn't want Founder OS to like 4x this year. Like I just wouldn't want it. It's just too fast. So I'm quite fine. Like again, if it doubles, if it tripled, fine, but quadrupled would just be like too much. Wouldn't want it. And so like growth isn't necessarily always like the goal, sometimes the goal is like, again, like robustness, right? So that you have something that's like formidable. It's a well-oiled machine. People are happy. Customers are happy. The team's happy. You have like the right systems in place. Like I know how to hire more salespeople when I'm ready. I know how to hire more setters and get them onboarded properly. I know how to get more testimonials. I know how to onboard more customers in a really succinct way. I know the weak points and bottlenecks we're currently experiencing in the next 5 we're going to experience. And like I have a good handle on this business right now. And then it's like, okay, cool. Like now I'm ready for the next stage of growth. Versus kind of just taking on something that's maybe like a little bit kind of overly daunting that you just feel a little bit overly unprepared for and getting in over your skis kind of thing. And when you don't need to do that, I think you're guaranteed to hit your goals if you can stay in the game for like 3 years. So just like build that kind of business, not the business that necessarily has to do it all this year. Right. So,
yeah. Awesome. Super helpful. We're
Thanks,
so grateful. Thanks,
everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Of course. Yeah. Thanks and congrats.